So
Yes, I,
you got the right place in the book. We're from The Whole Party by this time indescribably dirty. Okay, so from that point.
okay.
Okay,
Can I start?
yes, whenever you're ready.
Okay. The whole party, by this time indescribably dirty, therefore betook itself to the Saracen's Head. The yard method of attack having been successful at the Checkers, was tried again here. Mr. Peasmarsh was in the yard, and Robert opened the business in these terms. That in these terms, oh sorry, these terms, they tell me you have a lot of horses and carriages to sell. It had been agreed that Robert should be spokesman, because in books it is always gentlemen who buy horses and not ladies, and Sir Cyril had his go at the Blue Boar. They tell you true, young man, said Mr. Peasmarsh. He was a long, lean man, with very blue eyes and a tight mouth and narrow lips. We should like to buy some, please, said Robert politely. I dare say you would. Will you show us a few, please, to choose from? To choose from. Who are you kidding of? Inquired Mr. Billy Peasmarsh. Was you sent here of a message? I tell you, said Robert, we want to buy some horses and carriages, and a man told us you were straight and civil spoken, but I shouldn't wonder if he was mistaken. Upon my secret, said Mr. Peasmarsh, shall I trot the whole stable out for your honour's worship to see, or shall I send round to the bishop's to see if he's a neck or two to dispose of? Please do, said Robert, if it's not too much trouble. It would be very kind of you. Mr. Peasmarsh put his hands in his pockets and laughed, and they did not like the way he did it. Then he shouted, Willem! A stooping ostler appeared in the stable door. Here, Willem, come and look at this 'ere young duke. Wants to buy the whole stud, lock, stock, and barrel, and ain't got tuppence in his pocket to bless hisself with, I'll go bail. Willem's eyes followed his master's pointing thumb with contemptuous interest. Duh, for sure, he said, but Robert spoke, though both the girls were now pulling at his jacket and begging him to come along. He spoke, and he was very angry. He said, I'm not a young duke, and I never pretended to be. And as for tuppence, what do you call this? And before the others could stop him, he had pulled out 2 fat handfuls of shining guineas and held them out for Mr. Peasmarsh to look at. He did look. He snatched one up in his finger and thumb. He bit it, and Jane expected him to say, the best horse in my stables is at your service. But the others knew better. Still, it was a blow even to the most desponding when he said shortly, Willem, shut the yard doors. And Willem grinned and went to shut them. Good afternoon, said Robert hastily. We shan't buy any horses now, whatever you say, and I hope it'll be a lesson to you. He had seen a little side gate open, and was moving towards it as he spoke, but Billy Peasmarsh put himself in the way. Not so fast, you young offscoring, he said. Willem, fetch the police. Willem went. The children stood huddled together like frightened sheep, and Mr. Peasmarsh spoke to them till the police arrived. He said many things. Among other things, he said, Nice lot you are, aren't you, coming tempting honest men with your guineas. They are our guineas, said Cyril boldly. Oh, of course we don't know all about that. No more we don't. Oh no, of course not. And dragging little gels into it too. Here, I'll let the gels go if you'll come along to the please quiet. We won't be let go, said Jen heroically. Not without the boys. It's our money just as much as theirs, you wicked old man. Where'd you get it then? Said the man, softening slightly, which was not at all what boys expected when Jane began to call names. Jane cast a silent glance of agony at the others. Lost your tongue, eh? Got it fast enough when it's for calling names swift. Come, speak up. Where'd you get it? Out of the gravel pit, said truthful Jane. Next article, said the man. I tell you we did, Jane said. There's a fairy there, all over brown fur, with ears like a bat's and eyes like a snail's, and he gives you a wish a day, and they all come true. Touch in the head, eh? Said the man in a low voice. All the more shame to you boys dragging the poor afflicted child into your sinful burglaries. She's not mad, it's true, said Anthea. There is a fairy. If I ever see him again, I will wish for something for you. At least I would if vengeance wasn't wicked. So there. Lord Lum, said Billy Bishmarsh, if there ain't another on them. And now Willem came back with a spiteful grin on his face, and at his back a policeman, with whom Mr. Bishmarsh spoke long in a hoarse, earnest whisper.
Well done. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Oops, they're in trouble. Okay, so let me just save the corrections. So there's a couple of words, that's all. Now, the first one, I'm sure Americans say Duke, but as it's a British honorary title, then I'll give you the British pronunciation. It's Duke, a Duke, Lady and Duke. Do you want to try it? Duke.
Duke.
That's it, yes. Duke. And then hastily, just a bit more of an A sound, okay? Hastily.
Hastily.
Yes, because it comes from hasten and haste, yeah? Haste, or to hasten. And then hastily is, of course, the adverb, okay? Let's not be hasty. Then shan't. It's short for shall not. And it's something a lot of kids will say. No, shan't.
Shan't.
That's it, yeah. Nice long R, shan't. And as Eleanor's just put, little girls is short for little girls. So it doesn't say gel. Gel is G-E and a single L. And it's his sort of vernacular for girls. So he says little girls. Try it.
Okay. Little girls.
Yeah, and then just the stress, there is a fairy. If you notice, it's hyphenated in the text, so it would be stressed. There is a fairy, yeah, but it's this arguing. There is a fairy, okay?
There is a fairy.
That's it, yeah, very good, very good. Okay. Duke of Omnium. You'll have to explain, Eleanor. Your memory is far better than mine.
Ali says, do you remember Anthony Trollope?
You know I never remember anything.
I see, but this was one of characters there. And of course film.
Oh, okay. Oh my goodness. How do you remember this?
They talk about Duke of Omnium all the time.
In Palliser, wasn't it? The Pallisers?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, there's 6 of them. How can you remember the characters? I'm impressed. I am impressed. Okay, so Eleanor, it's your turn to read next whenever you're ready.
Okay.
So,
I dare say you're right, said the policeman at last. Anyway, I'll take him up on a charge of unlawful possession pending inquiries, and the magistrate will deal with the case. Send the afflicted ones to a home, as likely as not, and the boys to a reformatory. Now then, come along, youngsters. No use making a fuss. You bring the girls along, Mr. Pismarsh, sir, and I shepherd the boys. Speechless with rage and horror, the four children were driven along the streets of Rochester. Tears of anger and shame blinded them, so that when Robert ran right into a passer-by he did not recognize her, till a well-known voice said, "Well, if ever I did! Oh, Master Robert, whatever have you been a-doing of now?" And another voice, quite as well-known, said, "Panty won't go on panty." They had run into Martha and the baby. Martha behaved admirably. She refused to believe a word of the policeman's story of Mr. Pismarsh's either, even when they made Robert turn out his pockets in an archway and show the guineas. "I don't see nothing," she said. "You've gone out of your senses, you two. There ain't any girl there, only the poor child's hands all over red and like the very chimbley. Oh, that I should ever see that day!" And the children thought this very noble of Martha, even if rather wicked, till they remembered how the fairy had promised that the servants should never notice any of the fairy gifts. So of course Martha couldn't see the girl, and so was only speaking the truth, and that was quite right, of course, but not extra noble. It was getting dusk when they reached the police station. The policeman told his tale to an inspector, who sat in a large bare room with a thing like a clumsy nursery fender at one end to put prisoners in. Robert wondered whether it was a cell or a dog. "Produce the coins, officer," said the inspector. "Turn out your pockets," said the constable. Cyril desperately plunged his hands in his pockets, stood still a moment, and then began to laugh, an odd sort of laugh that hurt and that felt much more like crying. His pockets were empty. So were the pockets of the others. For of course at sunset all the fairy girls had vanished away. "Turn out your pockets and stop that noise," said the inspector. Sid turned out his pockets, every one of the 9 which enriched his suit, and every pocket was empty. "Well," said the inspector, "I don't know how they done it, artful little beggars. They walked in front of me the whole way, so as for me to keep my eye on them and not to attract the crowd and obstruct the traffic." "It's very remarkable," said the inspector, frowning. "If you've done the browbeating of the innocent children," said Martha, "I hire a private carriage and we drive home to their papa's mansion. You'll hear about this again, young man. I told you they hadn't got any gold where you were pretending to see it in their poor helpless hands. It's early in the day for a constable on duty not to be able to trust his own eyes. As to the other one, the less said the better. He keeps the Saracen's head, and he knows best what his liquor's like. Take them away, for goodness sake," said the inspector crossly. But as they left the police station he said, "Now then," to the policeman and Mr. Pismarsh, and he said it 20 times as crossly as he had spoken to Martha. Martha was as good as her word. She took them home in a very grand carriage because the carrier's cart was gone, and though she had stood by them as nobly with the police, she was so angry with them as soon as they were alone for traipsing into Rochester by themselves, that none of them dared to mention the old man with the pony cart from the village who was waiting for them in Rochester. And so, after one day of boundless wealth, the children found themselves sent to bed in deep disgrace, and only enriched by 2 pairs of cotton gloves, dirty inside, because of the state of the hands they had been put on to cover, an imitation crocodile skin purse, and 12-penny buns long since digested. The thing that troubled them most was the fear that the old gentleman's guinea might have disappeared at sunset with all the rest, so they went down to the village next day to apologize for not meeting him in Rochester and to see. They found him very friendly. The guinea had not disappeared, and he had bought a hole in it and hung it on his watch chain. As for the guinea the baker took, the children felt they could not care whether it had vanished or not, which was not perhaps very honest, but on the other hand was not wholly unnatural. But afterwards this preyed on Antia's mind, and at last she secretly sent 12 postage stamps by post to Mr. B. Baker, Rochester. Inside she wrote, "To pay for the buns." I hope the guinea did disappear, for that baker was really not at all a nice man, and besides, penny buns are 7 for 6 pence in all really respectable shops.
Okay, so nicely read. Very, very few. I mean, I would say not much of a way in the way of mistake at all. I just warn you about this one. Watch
Uh-huh.
chain. So make sure you
Together.
separate.
That's,
Yeah,
yeah,
I know we
watch
sometimes
chain.
run on words, but that one I would separate. Watch chain. Otherwise, what chain? That could be slang for what's changed, maybe. I don't know, but watch
I see.
chain. Try it.
Watch chain.
That's
Watch
it.
chain. Watch
Good.
chain.
And I
Okay.
just want to confirm, just to check your sort of understanding of when she says Martha says he keeps the Saracen's head. Do you know what that means?
He drinks too much, I guess.
Yeah. Do you know why she'd say he keeps the Saracen's head? What's it got to do with the Saracen's head? Drinking? Any ideas? Anybody?
I think it was a pub's name. Am I
Yeah,
right? I
that's
don't.
it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. The Saracen's Head is actually a very
It's
common pub
typical.
name. Yeah,
It's typical.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Especially in older villages and towns. Nowadays, it tends to be something like the Frog and Toad, or I don't know, the Penny. No, not even the Penny Whistle. They're more trendy names. The Fox and Stoat, or the I don't know, they come up with more trendy names, but the Saracen's Head is an old-fashioned name for a pub in the UK. And to keep something in this way, to keep to something, means he frequents. He goes to the pub a lot, basically. So she's implying he was drunk when he saw the gold
Yeah.
guineas, okay? So he was seeing gold, and she's saying, no, he didn't see gold, he was drunk, he was seeing things, okay?
Okay.
Any questions before we move on?
Perhaps April spotted more mistakes.
April, maybe.
I have some.
Go on.
No, I just it is so obvious to me that when Eleanor said inspector, not inspector. I don't know.
Yes, that's very true. Yeah, no, she's right. Inspector.
Inspector. Yeah.
Yeah, well done. Well done. Yeah,
And what is Trapezing? Is that
Traipsed. No, she was right in the spelling. That she was right in the pronunciation there. To traipse.
What does it mean?
Now,
Trapes?
Yeah.
okay, if you were probably looking it up in your dictionary, you might have
I
realised
have
that.
found it. It's in my notes.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
tends to have an I there. I don't think it might be an older spelling, because remember, this is an old book out of
Yeah.
print now, so it could be just a misspelling. To traipse, it means to walk, basically, but to walk in a sort of way that's
Without
not.
peppers.
Yeah, well, no, that's wander, that's meander. No, it means to walk wearily. You're very remember, they were very tired by then. They had to traipse all the way there, and then they had to traipse all the way back. Yes, a tiring walk. That's it. It doesn't necessarily mean without reaching your goal. It just means suddenly what started out as a nice walk, a nice gentle stroll maybe, ends up a traipse because you're tired, you've had enough, you want to go home. That's it.
And what does they want to say with that word? Lorlum. What is
Yes,
that?
that's a good one. Yeah, it's Lord Lovers, that kind of thing.
Lord
Yeah,
Lord
Lord
Lover?
Lovers. Yeah. Okay. Can you just type it up, April, from where you've got the text in the actual spelling? Just to make sure I'm.
Okay.
Yeah.
One moment. This one. Yeah, this one. Lorlum.
Yeah.
Oh, it sounds to me like this Billy is uh from
This
the
is
Netherlands.
dialect, but I can't see it in chat yet.
Copy. Here, Lynn. Paste. Oh, is it the right one?
Peasmarsh.
No,
That's
no, no. Why is it?
that's somebody's name.
Why isn't it
I don't know.
copied? Let me
Uh,
see. Lorlum. Oh, it doesn't got everything.
Lord Lummer. Yeah,
Lord.
Lord Lummer. Yeah, Lord Lovers, I would think. Yeah, I've got it. This bit. Lord Lummer. I would say that's Lord Lovers. It's like just an exclamation of disbelief. Oh my goodness, what now? Yeah? It's like, just an exclamation of sort of surprise. Okay?
Okay.
What next? If there ain't another on 'em. So another touched individual, shall we say. Okay, so lummer as well is an exclamation. Okay, so lummer is actually an expression of surprise. Not something that I've ever said, and it does say in the dictionary that it is dated. So now I'd say people would probably say, good grief, there's another one. Okay?
Okay.
Oh, for God's
And
sake,
this
there's another
brown.
one. There's lots of exclamations you can use to show a sort of negative surprise, if you like. Oh, and yes, when I look at the
Do you use
etymology,
that a lot, Lynn?
no, when I look at
Browbeating?
when I look at the etymology, it is short for exactly what I thought it was. Yeah, Lord love us or Lord love me, but nobody would say Lord love me. It would be Lord love us, as in what now? Okay.
A corruption of Lord Love Me. Ah, okay. Oh, from Love Me.
Yeah, Lummer. That makes sense, Lummer. But I would never say that. I'd say Lord love us. I mean, I wouldn't say Lord love us anymore because it's so dated, but I've read it in the past, okay? Oh, lordy. Okay, Any other questions?
No, I just wonder that word browbeat, to browbeat, a browbeating. Do you use that still now?
Yes. If you browbeat somebody into submission, you basically nag them and argue with them until they give up. Okay.
Okay.
I'm sad to say, hubby would probably say I browbeat him sometimes. There's no beating involved. It is more verbal, shall we say. Like, come on, we've really got to do some housework. Come on, you've got to help me put the washing out. Oi, have you emptied that washing machine yet? Nagging in a way, really. Nagging to browbeat somebody. Okay? But I don't do it in an abusive way. I'm more of a nagging way, I guess. Okay, so if there are no more questions, I think it is Shiny's turn now. Shiny, are you ready to read from chapter 3? I mean, Being Wanted. So, Shiny, have you got voice? Oh no, I can't see a white dot. Can anybody see a white dot? Shiny.
No, can I?
No. What happened? Shiny, how did you lose your white dot? What have you done? It can be connections, as we know.
I had problems too today, as you know.
It was
Perhaps it's
working
Kitely.
earlier though, I'm sure. Okay. Okay, Reem's coming. So, hi Reem. Okay. We could.
Hi.
Hi
Hi, Ian.
Reem.
Hi, everyone.
Hi. Shiny just crashed. We've got the same problem we have with your voice normally in Kitely, Reem. It's a lot of distortion. I don't know. Is it just me, or does everybody get that very red wavy
Yes,
lines
a lot of noise.
and noise? Yeah.
A lot of noise.
So that's not going to work for a reading session. We could try it, you know. We could try doing what we said we were going to do and use the Kitely emergency room. Do you want to try that in Discord? It might take up the rest of the session, though. Okay. This is what it's for, so let's give it a go. What do you think, April? Are you up for it? Eleanor, are you ready to jump into Discord?
Okay.
Yes, but I don't know how.
I will send you an invitation. Okay. So we'll
Okay,
use the
thank
Kitely
you.
emergency room. I will create.
Oh,
Um,
where it is.
I will.
Can you use Discord without apps actually, Lynn? Only with the browser.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah. That's the whole
join
point.
me.
Yeah, you can just go in using the browser, especially if you've been given an invitation. Okay. Yeah, don't worry. I'm going to open it up for you. Okay. So I'll send you each limited. Hang on, actually, I'll send you each a limited invitation.
Is there any limit, Lynn, for participants amount?
Well, we haven't found it yet. We couldn't find information. I think the limit is the connection that you have. If once we've found it, I will limit the rooms to that number of people, the voice rooms to that number of people. Okay. So there's an invitation, Eleanor, and I will add
Yes, I.
LEN members to the Kitely room. So bear with me a second. Got to remember how to do it. Okay. Oh yes, I know how I do it. I go to server settings, roles, LEN net. That's not it. Escape. So edit channel, permissions, add Elinet. Okay, so I'm going to open it up for you now. Okay. So you should now see Kitely ER in your voice channels unlocked. Well done, Reem. Okay, I'll mute my voice here. Hi, Reem, can you hear me? Remember to unmute.
Yes, hello, Miriam. It's okay
Hi.
now?
It is, yeah. Don't forget to mute your Skype account, your Kitely account. Okay, so
Yeah.
Shiny. Okay, I'll offer, Shiny's back online. I'll offer a teleport. Okay. And we're just going to wait for April and for Eleanor. So I'm going to mute here so I can help them there, okay? Okay, so Reem's in the room. April, can you see the room? Hi, Shiny. We're going to try using voice with Discord, Shiny, because we're losing your voice and Reem has got a lot of distortion as well.
I can't enter. I don't know why. They said always, check your email. Why should I check my email?
Are you trying to use it through the browser?
No, I just want to open my apps and it doesn't work.
Okay.
Shared a post.
Have you confirmed your email? Did you? You do have to confirm.
But I don't see any emails.
Look in your
So
spam.
strange.
Look in your spam.
Sorry?
Look in spam.
In spam.
Because sometimes these kind of confirmation emails that go directly to spam. Or use the link I shared in Kitely.
Yeah, I did that first, but I got the same
Okay.
notice, the same message. Please check your email.
Okay.
When I want to log in, and I still don't get any. You sent it to my account, Lynn, or to my email address?
I didn't do it. The system did it. Okay, Eleanor's in. So I've added you, Eleanor. And what I'll do is
I'm trying to install this application and.
Oh, okay. Well, take your time. Take your time. This is once everybody's a member, it will be a lot easier. Let's put it that way. Not for April though. I don't know what you're doing, April. Okay. Well, just for now, whilst everybody's sorting themselves out in Discord, Shiny's got voice. So, okay, Reem, I'm going to just go. I'm just going to use Kitely for Shiny whilst she's got voice, and then we'll try and use you for here because of the problem with your voice. Okay, so mute in Discord and listen in Kitely. Okay. Okay, so Shiny, when you're ready, if you would like to read.
Hello?
Hello.
Oh, thank you.
You're
Chapter
welcome.
3, Being Wanted.
Yes.
The morning after the children had been the possessors of Bagley's will and had been unable to buy anything really useful or enjoyable with it, except 2 pairs of cotton gloves, 12 penny buns, an imitation crocodile skin purse, and a ride in a pony cart. They awoke without any of the enthusiastic happiness with which they had felt on the previous day. When they remembered how they had had the luck to find the summit or sand fairy, and to receive its promise to grant them a new wish every day. For now, they have two wishes, beauty and wealth, and neither had exactly made them happy, but the happening of strange things, even if they are not completely pleasant things, is more amusing than those times when nothing happens but meals, and they are not always completely pleasant, especially on the days when it is cold, mutton or harsh. There was no chance of talking things over before breakfast, because everyone overslept itself, as it happened, and it needed a vigorous and determined struggle to get dressed, so as to be only 10 minutes late for breakfast. During this meal, some efforts were made to deal with the question of the summit in an impartial spirit, but it is very difficult to discuss anything thoroughly, and at the same time to attend faithfully to your baby brother's breakfast needs. The baby was particularly lively that morning. He not only wriggled his body through the bar of his high chair, and hung by his head, choking and purple, but he gathered a tablespoon with desperate suddenness, hit Cyril heavily on the head with it, and then cried because it was taken away from him. He put his fat first in his bread and milk, and demanded none, which was only allowed for tea. He sang, he put his feet on the table, he clamored to go walking. The conversation was something like this. Look here about that sand fairy. Look out, he'll have the milk over. Milk removed to a safe distance. Yes, about that fairy. No lamb, dear. Give Panther the narky poon. Then Cyril tried. Nothing we've had yet has turned out. He nearly had the master that time. I wonder whether we'd better wish. Hello, you've done it now, my boy, and in a flash of glass and pink baby pose, the bowl of golden carp in the middle of the table rolled down its side, and poured a flood of mixed water and goldfish into the baby's lap, and into the laps of the others. Everyone was almost as much upset as the goldfish, the lamb only remaining calm when the pool on the floor had been mopped up, and the leaping, gasping goldfish had been collected and put back in the water. The baby was taken away to be entirely redressed by Martha, and most of the others had to change completely. The pinafores and jackets that had been bathed in goldfish and water were hung out to dry, and then it turned out that Jane must either mend the dress she had torn the day before, or appear all day in her best petticoat. It was white and soft and frilly and trimmed with lace and very, very pretty, quite as pretty as a frog. If not more so, only it was not a frog. And Martha's word was low. She wouldn't let Jane wear her best frock, and she refused to listen for a moment to Robert's suggestion that Jane should wear her best petticoat and call it a dress. It's not respectable, she said, and when people say yes, yes, wealth, wealth, a walk, walk, oak, oak, a walk, oak, oak, no, oak, a walk, walk, a walk, no, 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 a walk, a walk, a walk, so, oak, thank you. Okay, okay. Pleasant, hash, hash, get dressed, faithfully, lively, lively, fat feast, fat feast. When you want to punch someone, you just collected, collected.
That's it, collected. Oh, I just realised I was muted in the stream, but never mind. Collected. You're doing well, so people will get it. Then the next one, it's this dress again. You've got a problem with just the word on its own, dress at the end. So redressed, redressed.
Redressed.
Yes, that's it. Now, don't confuse it with redress. Okay, if you notice it's hyphenated, there is a word redress, slightly different stress. So he redressed her, as in he put the clothes on again. Okay, I need to get redressed. I need to put new clothes on. Okay, redress, it just means to put something right, to make a wrong right. You redress it. Yeah, you redress a situation. Okay, so we need to redress the problems of Brexit to make sure it's fair for everybody. Now the next one is a lovely little I sound. If you can say it, could you just say it for me?
It.
Yeah. Now
It.
pretty, pretty.
Pretty.
Yes, that's it. Don't confuse it with petty. Petty, yeah, small nastiness. People can be very petty online. Yeah, not very nice to each other. Something might be petty. A petty official, yeah, somebody who's always bringing up silly little rules like me on the forum. But pretty, it's more like it, okay? And the last one, dress, just on its own, dress.
Dress.
Perfect, yay, well done, well done. Good job. Any questions? You're welcome. You're welcome. Any questions? Anybody not sure of something? No questions. Good. Okay, Eleanor, I can't see you in the Kitely room yet. I can only see Reem there. April, I can't see you there either. Come on, what's going on, guys? Reem wants to read.
Kitely, but where I'm confused now.
Okay, right, in Discord, yeah, if you look at this, I'll stream this actually so that you can see in the replay. Okay, so in Discord, on the left hand side you should see voice channels. Can you see voice channels?
I see acquaintances.
Okay, you're looking at the right hand side, so on the left hand side.
Yeah, I'm looking at the left hand side.
Okay, there should be text channels.
Radio show.
Yeah, okay, go further down.
Kitely.
Yay, Kitely ER. There you are. Yay! Excellent. And April's there as well. Dope's there. I don't know why. Okay, and the text channel we'll use is LEN members. Okay. So at Eleanor, we will. We can. Oh, text chat here or in Kitely. Okay. Okay, so with that enabled, Reem, I'm going to mute myself here and allow you to do the reading in Kitely, in Discord, sorry. Okay, so you'll need to unmute yourself in Discord, Reem, okay?
Yes, okay.
Hi, well done.
Finally.
Finally, yes.
It's nice. It's not respectable, she said. And when people say that, it's not to use anyone saying anything. You'll find this out of yourselves some days. So there was nothing for it but for Jan to mend her frock. The hole had been torn the day before when he happened to tumble down in the high streets of Richester, just where water cart had, post, had based on its liver well. She had grazed her neck her name, and her stocking was much more than grazed, and her dress was cut by the same stone which had attended to the nail and stocking. Of course, the other were not such snake at a pound a cord Kimord in Miss Fortune. So they all sat on the grass colored ground the Sunday. The John drowned away for dear life. The lamp was still in the hand of Mars, having its glasses changed. So conversation was possible. Amnesty and report simulated tried to conceal their immense thought, which was the persimmon was not to be trusted. But Curiel said, "Speak out, say out what you have got to say. I had hitting, and I don't know." And Sneakish was like that. So then report, report, report report said, as in humor bound, "Make yourself, answers, and me were so glad flesh as you to wear." So we got changing quicker, and we've had time to think it over. And if you ask me, I don't ask you, said John, bit of needly full of of as she had always been strictly for forbidden to be. Perhaps you don't know that if you bit off end of cotton and swallow them, the wind stayed round your heart and kill you. My nurse told me this, and she told me always about the earth going around the sun. Now, what is one to be believed? What with nurses and science? I don't care. I don't. I don't care how ask or how doesn't say Robert. Robert, but Ansel and I think swimming love is faithful right. It can give us our wishes. I suppose it gives itself its own, and I feel almost sure it wishes every time that over which Sunit Sunit do us any good. Let's let the threesome test alone and just go and have jolly good game of fort or on our own in the chick pit.
Okay, well done. Okay, you better stop there, otherwise we're not going to have time. But good try. You still need to slow down a bit,
Yeah.
just a bit, because what you're doing is, well, your brain is doing it. Um, it's basically seeing words, but putting words it's more familiar with over it. Okay, so it's looking at words it's not sure of and then it's putting the words you do know instead of it in place. So you need to slow down a bit. Okay, we've got echo, so you'll have to unmute, Reem.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you mute whilst I give you your feedback. Okay, so let me give you, okay, here. Okay, so I'll do it in here as well. So we'll start with her. Her. Say it, Dream. Her, not here.
Her.
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 Her. Yes, well done.
Her.
Then the next one is Rochester.
Rochester.
Yeah, Rochester is just a place in the UK, okay?
Yes, Rochester.
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 Yeah. Then the next one is water cart.
Water cart.
Yeah. Basically a cart for carrying water.
Yeah.
Then the next one, okay, it's a whole stream. So if you mute. Okay, so others were not such sneaks. So let's do others were not. Try that.
Others were not such sneaks.
Yeah, good. As to abandon.
As to abandon.
Perfect. Well done. You see, if you just take your time, you can do it. Okay? So the next bit is misfortune.
Misfortune.
Yeah, so when something bad happens.
Yeah.
Okay. Don't forget to mute. Okay, the next word is very important, clothes. It's not clothes, clothes. Try it.
Clues.
No, not clothes. Clothes.
Clues.
You're going to have to practice that one. If you go to how do you say, okay.
Clothes. Clothes. Clothes.
Okay, so if you go to how do you say and practice that in your own time, okay? Then you'll be able to record it and all that, okay? Okay, thank you. The next one is Anthea. Anthea is a girl's name. Try that.
Anthea.
Very good. And then a boy's name, Robert.
Robert.
Okay, and together, Anthea. Yeah, Anthea and Robert. Try it.
Anthea and Robert.
Very good. Okay, the next one, timidly. To be timid, to be shy, to be uncertain. So, if you do something timidly, try it.
Timidly.
Good. And then tried.
Tried.
To conceal.
To conceal.
Okay, try the whole sentence. Anthea and Robert timidly tried to conceal. Go on, give it a go.
Anthea and Robert timidly tried to conceal.
Very good. Now, the next one, to think, I thought. So it's an or sound. Thought. Try it.
Thought.
Very good. Next one, from trust. To trust someone. I hope you trust me. And then the past tense, trusted. Try it.
Trusted. Yes, I sure trusted me with you.
Trust me, I'm a teacher.
Yeah. I'm very
Well, I hope I'm trustworthy. Okay, the next one, not a word you might like, but it's an important word. Hate. So hate, not hat. Try it. Hate.
hate.
That's it, yes. The opposite of love is hate. Okay. Next one, ways. Now you've got I've noticed this, another thing that you do quite a bit, I'm afraid. You ignore the S at the end of words. Okay. When it's a plural or when it's in the present tense for he, she, it, you always have the S at the end of the verb. You do tend to ignore the S, so work on that. Pay attention, be mindful when you're reading out loud. If there's an S at the end of a word, make sure you pronounce it. So this one is ways. Try it.
Yes. Ways. Ways.
Ways.
Ways.
Yeah, try saying z.
Z. Z.
Ways.
Ways. Ways.
Okay, you need to work on that one a bit, okay? Your tongue doesn't
Yeah.
like it. If you could just mute, thanks. Okay, the S sound at the end. Sometimes it's a soft S, and sometimes it's a vibrating S. It's a Z sound. So, ways, yeah, it's more of a Z, ways. And then lasts. It's a soft S sound. So you need to practice the S and the Z. So, ways, starts. Okay, you just need to practice that. Let's move on. Honour, the next one. To honour.
Honor.
That's right. You actually read out humour, honestly. So honour. That's one of the words where I think your brain went, humour, I know that word. But when you look at it, the spelling's completely different. Honour. Okay. Then didn't. Not don't. I didn't. Don't is now. Present tense. Didn't is the past. I did not. Didn't. Try it.
Didn't.
Yay!
Didn't.
That's it. Then the next one, strictly.
Strictly.
Yes.
Strictly.
Yeah, to be strict. Some teachers are strict. They do things strictly. Yeah. Strictly Come Dancing is a very popular TV programme in the UK. Strictly. It's often shortened to Strictly. The next one, forbidden. Forbidden.
Forbidden.
Yes. That's it. When you're absolutely not allowed to do something, it is forbidden. Okay. Then the next one is bite. To bite.
To fight.
Yeah, not
Bite.
pite, bite with a b.
Fight.
Better. Practice your b. Practice p and b. Okay, so that you don't get them mixed up. So on the voice thread, we've got Peter Piper. Try that one, and then try Betty Botter. Okay, you need to get the b sound. It's less air through your lips. You've got P, it's very, what they call it, explosive. The air comes through your lips very quickly. B, less air, b. Okay. Then the next one is also. For some reason you read always. It's also. Try it.
Also.
Very good. And then again, this is what your brain was doing. I know you know the word who, but it was more comfortable with the word how. So, who, not how, who.
Yes. Who.
That's
Who.
it. And then a spiteful brute. Spiteful. Somebody who's really mean and nasty. Spiteful. Try it.
Spiteful. Spiteful.
Yeah, spiteful.
Spiteful.
And then the second word in that, mute, thank you, is brute. A brute, somebody who's really violent and nasty. Usually a very muscly man might be a bit of a brute. Okay, try it.
Brute. Brute.
Very good. And then shan't. It's short for shall not. Yeah, shall not, shan't. Try it.
Shan't. Shan't.
Yeah, shan't. No, I shan't. It's like the sort of thing a child would say. Shan't. Go and do your homework. Shan't. Okay. The next one, tiresome. Tiresome.
Tiresome. Tiresome.
Yeah, not tiresome. Tiresome. The stress is on tire. Tiresome. How tiresome?
We don't we don't sound R.
It's
Tiresome.
it's not a rolling R, no. It's just tiresome.
Tiresome.
Much better. Yeah, it's more the stress. The stress is on the first syllable. Tiresome. How tiresome?
Tiresome.
That's it. And then beast. A beast.
Beast. A beast.
Not beast. Beast.
Yeah. Beast.
That's
Beast.
it. Yeah, I know. P and B can be very difficult in your part of the world because you don't have that difference of B and P, but it's worth practicing. Okay. Then chalk pit. The chalk pit.
Chalk pit.
Yeah.
Chalk pit.
Not ch.
Shake pit.
Chalk.
Chalk pit.
That's
Chalk
it.
pit.
The chalk pit.
Chalk pit. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. You're welcome. I think April and Eleanor are having a problem connecting.
Much more word.
So I'll just close this voice and go back to Kitely. Hi, Eleanor. I'm sorry you had problems connecting in Discord. Have a play, okay, with it. It might be because you had Kitely open and Discord at the same time. If you watch the replay, you'll be able to hear the corrections, but Reem could actually hear me very well and I could hear her very well, so I didn't want to...
I could see you were talking, so because I saw icons.
Oh, you saw the
I
little green
think
line, yeah.
Yeah, without voice.
Oh,
But
I'm
no,
sorry.
no problem. I will solve this sooner or later.
Well, I've sent you an
Something
invitation to Vertlantis as well, so you're well ahead of the curve there. Shiny,
Thank
you might have to. We went to Discord for Reem because her voice in Kitely is. I can't listen to it. There's too much distortion in Kitely. So we were actually in Discord, but you can watch it in the replay. I'm sorry if you didn't realise where we were or what we were doing. But we were using the emergency room in Kitely for the first time in anger, so to speak, which is what it's for. It is for that exactly. And it worked well. I mean, I hope Reem was able to hear and... well, she was. We had to do a lot of muting, unmuting. So, Reem, I have a suggestion for you. When you're using these products, when you're in a group call especially, do try to make sure you've got a headset or earbuds instead of using your internal speakers. Okay? So try and find yourself or borrow a headset or some earbuds from a music player or something. That should help with any feedback. Okay? I'm not sure if she can hear me. So Reem, I think you need to use a headset to stop the feedback issue. Normally when there's feedback, somebody's not got earbuds or a headset on. And headsets in group calls especially are far, far better. Unless you've got a really good setup, it's much better to have a headset or earbuds in. Headsets are even better. We don't use webcams, so you're not going to look silly in a recording. Okay, so have a play, Eleanor. There are some pages on how to set up your Discord sound issues. Okay, and I can give you a link to the support page. I'll send you that in Discord itself so that it's there ready for you. Okay, so there you go. Okay.
Lynn,
Yes,
would
April.
it be
Perhaps
maybe
connecting.
maybe your
Sorry.
problem, Eleanor? Eleanor, maybe your problem is like Shiny's problem this morning, Lynn, because you haven't added Eleanor in the LAN members, maybe?
No, she's a
Like
LEN member.
Shiny
If you
this
notice,
morning.
she's blue. If somebody's blue, they're in the group. Okay. So as soon as you see their name blue, and don't forget you can add each other as friends, etc. Yeah. So I'll send you a friend request, Eleanor, and then they'll show up in your thing. But yes, she is in the group. I added her straight away. You can also change your avatar later. Just have a play around today, Eleanor, and there's a lot of help online. If you just go to the Discord, when you've got a moment, go to the Discord website, and it will show you how to change your avatar and how to set up your voice. It might just be that when you use Discord, you'll have to log out of Kitely. It might possibly
Perhaps,
be that it's too
yes,
much for
it
you,
may
but
be, yeah.
I wanted to use it for Reem because she does she's so motivated to learn. You know, I want her to be able to read, but honestly, with that distortion, I couldn't have stood that for 5 minutes. I was like, my ears. Yeah, Shiny, you weren't in Discord, so you wouldn't have heard. I muted and Reem had no voice in Kitely, so we were talking in Discord. Okay. So when I say let's go to Discord, it means open the Discord app and go to the emergency room for Kitely, or if you're in a Skype call, go to the emergency room for Skype. That's the whole point of Discord is, yeah, it's fun for MLC, TGIF, it's going to be great fun for karaoke, but it's also to just say, come on, let's go into the emergency room if somebody's got voice issues, especially reading sessions, etc. It's going to be very useful. Okay, but I hope you can hear me now, Shiny. Anyhow, thank you very much for joining. Don't forget, if you're in Discord, log out. Yeah. Make sure you log out and disconnect. That's important. I'll just do it in here. You can see I'm muted, but my voice is still connected. So I'm going to disconnect from voice. Okay, I'm still logged in though. Okay, I'm still there. So I can go to Kind Nice, I can go to Eleanor, and there you go. You're welcome.
But how do you disconnect you to from the voice, Lynn? Click on another thing.
When you're in a voice call, when you're in a voice room, just above where your user settings and mute unmute are, you will see voice connected, and there's a little telephone icon. You just click on that to disconnect. Okay?
Okay.
And then you can just use it like chatting, text chatting. Okay? And when you want to join a voice room, you can just click on a voice room and it will reconnect you. It's not like making a call in Skype, but to disconnect, you have to use it a little bit like Skype and actually click on the speaker icon, the telephone icon, the telephone receiver icon, and that disconnects you. Okay? Now, and then...
I have noticed that... sorry.
That's okay. What were you saying?
I would only like to say that I have the impression that now it's my connection on Discord is steady.
Do you want me to just say hello to you and we'll see?
Yes, of course. So
Okay.
I will mute my mic here.
Okay. Actually, I'll just okay, I'll just show you what happens. Okay, so if you want to watch the stream, you'll see what happens. When you're in a private call between two people, to get out of it and back into the group call, you have to click on the icon for the group. Okay, so there we are. I'm still in LEM members chat, text chatting, and I need to go back into Kitely. Okay, and then you'll see voice connected, but I'm still muted. So I unmute. So Eleanor, can you hear me there? Can you hear me in Discord? I've muted in Kitely. Can you hear me in Discord now?
Yes, yes, I can hear you.
Yay!
Yeah, and you can hear
Excellent.
because I see it connection in green.
Yes.
So I was sure it was fine. So
Yeah.
okay.
Well, that's the nice thing about Discord is you can actually see who's speaking, which is difficult in Skype sometimes. You can also see when somebody's muted. You'll see the little mute button. Unfortunately, the more members who join, that disappears, but you can still see if somebody's speaking with the little green line round there. So well done, Eleanor. You are an explorer. Okay, so
Ito and the sound quality is very good here.
it's super.
Yeah,
There
very
is a
clear.
reason we're using it, okay?
I see. Yeah, I got it. Okay.
Okay, so thanks a lot for coming. I'm going to hang up now because I've got to get on. So bye. Okay, and the other thing to remember when you're in Discord is to click log out. So you go to user settings, scroll down, log out. Okay, so I'll do that now. And it says, are you sure you want to log out? Yes, I'm sure, thank you. And the next time you join, you'll have to log back in. It's up to you, but I prefer to log out rather than leave it running always on my computer. Anyway, I'm going to leave here as well now. I've got to log out twice now, but never mind. So thanks a lot for reading and taking part, and I'll see you in the next session. Bye.
Bye.